Hi all. This tutorial is about Google AI Studio. So what is Google AI Studio? Google AI Studio is an advanced platform which is designed to explore, experiment, and build AI-driven applications. Now, you might ask what the difference between Google AI or ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude is. So Google AI is based off of Gemini, which is again Google's environment. It is a whole Google environment. And most importantly, Google AI is used to build, train, and develop models. And it provides a auto ML model where you don't need to know how to code, or developers can just give their data sets and fine tune models, and with the help of Gemini or Google AI, it can enable and fine tune, and you can tune those models to represent or give your answers and outputs exactly. So, the first thing first, let's go through the key features of Google AI Studio. It helps with code optimization. Like I said, the allows users to input code snippets and analyze their performance. It provides insights into complexity, bottlenecks, and areas of optimization. You can also do video analysis and questioning. That is, you can upload any tutorial, any video, and based off of the time and the information that is provided in that video, you can ask questions and Google AI will provide you with an answer for it. It can also do pattern recognition. You can give it sequence, patterns, and it can predict what the next pattern or sequence is. And like I said, you can do model tuning and experimentation. Now, how to set up Google AI? You can, as any other website, you can log in, you can sign up. I've chosen to log in because I already had an account and I logged in. And once you set up your workspace, on the left side, you can see you'll have create prompt. You'll also have a starter apps. There's a tune model or tuner model option that is enabled, and you can do more. So the first thing first, I used it to create a blog. So I gave it an exact prompt. I said, write a short and engaging blog posted on this picture. It should include a description of the meal and the photo and talk about my journey about meal prepping. So how this helps is I just provided it with an image and it can accurately write a blog for me. It helps save me some time. I don't really have to write the blog myself, but I can go through it, format it, and make specific customization and changes depending on my needs. So the next thing is it works great with mathematical questions. For example, you can see how complex this question is. So I've in this example, I've asked it to create a equation of the two lines L1 and L2, and it has given me a detailed understanding of the problem and the detailed answering to that question and how it reached to the answer. It can also solve trigonometric problem solvings and more. So this is the part where it does video analysis. You can upload, like I said, you can upload any video. You can even upload this tutorial and ask Google AI at what moment, at what time, and this was said, or what was this video about, and more. For example, I uploaded a StatQuest video, and then I asked to explain reinforcement learning for me. So you can see along with the time frame, at what time at at 0042 it said this, and from this time to this time the video explains about decision trees. From this time to this time it explained about reinforcement learning and more. So you can see how accurate Google AI is able to do that for you. Now this is how Google AI looks like, and this is the interface, and you can ask multiple questions. You can create a prompt, you can ask it anything, create a blog for me about food creation. Like, for example, in this, I asked about food. I asked to create three food prompts for me, three blogs, and asked it to give me the recipes for it. So, as you can see, created the blog post and it even suggests image prompts. Like for example, I can use DALI or even other models like stable diffusion and more to use. You can use stable diffusion and more to give this particular description of the image and then generate. For example, I can say overhead shot of a rectangular baking sheet with filled with roasted chicken pieces, more, and so on and so forth. Basically, how accurate your prompt is, you can generate the image as such. Now, this is the example where I was talking about the video. So I uploaded a video here of the Versal tutorial that is uploaded already on Bear Brown and Co. And then I said, I don't understand this tutorial, so help me understand with time frames what is said when. So as you can see, with the time frame, it said from this second to this second, talked about this. From this minute to this minute, it talked about this. So with a proper split of the time frames and the time stamps, it was able to tell me at what particular time what was said. So this helps me break down the video tutorial into parts that I will be able to understand and work with. It helps you, in if you don't have some time to watch the video, you can just give the video up to Google AI Studio and ask it to create a whole tutorial out of it for you, and you can just skim through it and understand. Now, tuner model option is where you use this particular Gemini's model to tune it to your needs. So there is another video on fine tuning, what fine tuning is, that is already put up on Bear Brown Co. Please go through it and then you will understand what fine tuning is. So in this model, you can fine tune Google AI's Gemini model for your purposes. For example, you want it to understand a particular sentence. Like Gemini already understands sentiment analysis. If you give it a particular sentence, it will be able to tell you that, you know, if this person or the sentence is neutral, positive, or negative. But what about examples or sentences like the car was running at 2500 RPM and this is okay, that is okay. So sometimes it is difficult to understand statements like that if it was neutral, positive, or negative. So if your application is to understand the car's need or more about that, you can fine tune this model by giving it data sets. For example, I can create a data set, a CSV file out of car related sections, and then I can give it to this. What I can do is I can click a data source, I can import, and then I can import the file here, whichever file that I need, and then I can say tune this model. So the models that it's tuning is Gemini is 1.5 flash 0.01 fine tuning. So once this is tuned, you can use that. For example, here I've tuned I created a data set, which is a very basic example. I created a data set where you can, I created a data set where it was just classification of certain sentences into neutral and positive, for example. Like this is the data set. This project is amazing, so I labeled it as positive. It was an average experience, so I said it was neutral. The service was horrible, so it was negative. So these are the various things. That is just a basic example of just what Google AI can do. You can change your data set based on your specific needs. I understand that the data set that I showed you right now is already what Gemini 1.5 can do for you. But that was a basic example. So like I said, you can change that example into your particular needs, tune it to your needs and upload that data set and fine tune the Gemini 1.5 model. Here you can see how, as and when it was learning from each and every data point, how the loss has reduced. Initially, there was a high loss, it was not able to understand. Then it started reducing, indicating that it was able to learn. And then when you click on use in chat, you will be able to use it here. You can type in your prompt based specifically on your particular model, what you fine-tuned it for, and ask a question based on it. And Gemini would be able to understand, learn from your model, and give you the right answer. The more data set you provided, the more training data you provide, it will be able to give you more accurate answers.